Is there an animal over there? What's over there, Brett?
The first time a Tesla has ever pulled a solar-powered electric pontoon boat.
Oh, that's gonna be
Wow, and today is the day the dream becomes reality. Oh, this is actually perfect. Good morning. I had a good night's sleep in the van last night. Also, we had an incredibly successful test drive. Brett was concerned by a few of the cells and that the values weren't completely balanced, and he was doing tons of tests and range testing, and when I first got here he predicted the range was way lower than it was when I was driving it before we had the repair done, which was a little bit alarming. But we hooked up my computer, we were looking at the readout from the BMS, which was the battery management system, showing all the battery levels. And we did a long drive yesterday, including the little drive we did a couple of days before that. We basically did 96 miles and we are still chilling. I think a 100-mile range is easy, and I think if you're driving very carefully in this van, you can push to 150, which is what I was doing on the road trip, even though I was often breaking down trying to get that distance. So maybe say like 130 miles is pretty safe, and 100 miles is like a super safe estimate. So that's really good. Really glad we managed to test that, and it means now that we have done the range test, we know it's good, and I think the cells were kind of balancing out, so that initial concern has been alleviated a little bit. I also looked back at some images of the battery cell levels right at the beginning of my trip when I was just left California, and there's still a little tiny discrepancy with the same cells, so it seems like that hasn't been an issue. I've done thousands of miles with the cells like that. So that was Brett's concern. It's all good now, and I'm going to continue helping them with their boat projects because they're hoping to get the boat in the water today, and then hopefully tomorrow we can start looking at the van and whether we can do a little solar powered trip for the day or something. Yeah, exciting. Already hard at work, motor controller's in, and the 12-volt battery. What else have you guys done this morning?
I'm getting all of the wires in through the box. So I just made this. These are the main leads from the motor to the batteries. And I made this little rubber thing to go around and seal it off. And then the hydraulic lines, working on this is for this actuator.
What can I help you with?
We're really close to getting the batteries in.
Okay.
So maybe clean out all the leaves
Yeah.
and vacuum.
Wait, those are heavy. Battery boxes are pretty much in. Next task for me is to connect these big battery cables with these lugs and then put the shrink wrap around. I remember doing this for a lot of cables on my van. Is there an animal over there?
There's gotta be a predator.
What's over there, Brett?
Mostly killed a rabbit.
Oh no.
Cat mangled a rabbit.
Oh no. Oh, that's sad. Oh, the cat half killed a rabbit and they just put it out of its misery. Wait, all the batteries are in. This is great. 1, 2, and then 2 at the front. Final job for tonight is just helping Kira bolt down the back batteries. Are they positioned ready?
Yeah, I got them all ready.
Very fiddly work. It's so cute because I've been showing Neo the chickens when we do the video call. Every time I appear on the video call, he goes, "Buck, buck," like he wants to see them. What are you working on here, Brett?
I'm just trying to see how to arrange this so it doesn't look terrible.
These are cool, like terminal blocks.
Once I get these chopped, then it's gonna be like, all right, those go, and then it's like hooks up and we're done.
Sweet. Got all the batteries bolted down. I couldn't have done that without you climbing underneath like with the tiny hands. It's getting dark. Dinner's almost ready, 7 p.m. These hydraulic crimping tools are amazing. I bought mine ready in the UK, ready to do the feed store conversion, but just haven't got around to it yet. All done.
Yeah, let's go inside, give it a rest.
We've been having delicious dinners and lunches and breakfasts together, thanks to Kira, cooking up some feasts. What's this, like a chickpea?
Moroccan stew.
Ooh,
yeah,
lovely.
Chickpeas, sweet potatoes.
Should I get some tongs for those or what?
Tomatoes,
Oh,
carrots,
thank you so much.
with some brown rice.
It's nice being a member of the family for the week. Thanks for having me. These Brussels sprouts?
Yeah.
Ooh, love Brussels sprouts. The plan is tomorrow we're going to do some solar charging of the van. We're going to rig them up now and just see if we can connect them all, get the right connectors. As soon as the sun comes up, we've got some good sunlight, we can start charging the van. The good thing about these is they, in theory, could slide into the van. Because it's not that exciting if it's like the panels themselves wouldn't be able to fit in the vehicle, then it's like you may as well just plug them into like your house array. Kira's at the top, getting all the panels down.
So you want to do 6. So the only thing to figure out there now, Louis, is how are you going to lean them up so that we pick up, say, that morning sun? This is going to be your positive output. So here's another series. Right?
So this now is the correct voltage to go straight into the van.
Yes. You want to go from here to here, right? To that one?
To this one?
Right. So those two, you're going to spade connect. That's going to be your output. Only because I'm trying to save a couple of these Anderson connectors so we can make this easy.
Yeah.
As easy as possible. So then these two are gonna connect, right?
Okay.
And then these are gonna connect. So you can spade those. We're gonna end up using spades on the end.
This is the plan. We are gonna put 3 panels in series and then parallel connect them to the other 3 panels, giving us the maximum wattage at the right voltage. We're gonna finish the wiring tomorrow morning, but I'm just going to do what I can tonight. I'm going to put a spade connector there. I'm going to put a spade connector here. These Anderson connectors, I'm going to connect here and here. So the panels are all connected with Anderson connectors. I have 6 connectors to do. Good morning, it is Thursday. I'm actually leaving first thing Saturday morning, so really I've got today and tomorrow to finish everything off. They're hoping to get the boat in the water, I think this morning, so I'm gonna wander over and see if there's any final things I can help with. And then we're gonna wire up the van. We've got all the solar panels ready from last night that I kind of put the connectors on. And I think we're just gonna find a good spot in the sun, park up, lay the panels out and see what kind of charge we can get. This is all a big experiment, and if I was keeping the van, I would be trying to plan out like how many panels can I fit on the van? Can I have some kind of fold out awning or array? But not for this van, not for this project. Definitely for a future project. Yeah, I may have to pause my plans for some big solar powered vehicle for the foreseeable future, but it's definitely gonna happen. Nice and neat in there.
Oh God, I wish.
It's
kind of our first run.
Woohoo! Yeah, baby.
That looks right. We're ready to go. Let's go. We're going to the lake. Woohoo! This isn't necessarily the most intense thing we've ever built, but it reminds me of all the way back to high school when I was wrenching on old cars.
Yeah.
That moment when you're ready to turn the key is the moment you find out what you know.
I love that they're going to tow this with a Tesla.
Could be the first time a Tesla has ever pulled a solar-powered electric pontoon boat.
Do you like doing things that are like the first in the world?
Sometimes I get caught up in that. It's kind of ridiculous, really.
I feel like there's a few. You've probably got a few firsts. I like that you have oars just in case. So this lake joins onto other lakes, does it?
Yeah, there's like, I think there's 7 that you can access, and then there's a couple more. And there's all these like cool channels that you have to go through.
Yeah.
And there's this one bridge you have to go under, which we're not sure if we're low enough to get under it.
It's kind of scary seeing all those electrics so close to water. How are you feeling? Excited?
Nervous, yeah.
Yeah, baby.
So you're thinking of putting like a grill in here or like a fridge? Yeah, it's gonna be fun for parties.
That's gonna be a fucking party barge, bro.
How are you feeling, Brett?
I'm a little anxious just here before we're ready to get it started for the first time and get it running. Just, of course, want it to all work out well. Yep.
Yeah!
All right, Tony, controller temp, motor temp. Watch the motor temp.
We're both holding steady. Motor 23, controller 27. 28.
Yeah. Oh God, thank the Lord. Oh. The payoff! The big payoff!
It's nice to see a big grin on your face, Brett.
Oh.
How many years have you been dreaming of the solar-powered front end? 10.
At least, probably more than that.
But really seriously excited about it since we moved back to northern Wisconsin.
Wow, and today is the day the dream becomes reality. Oh, I feel honored to be here. This is, what a moment.
Beautiful day.
Oh man, we are lucky.
Let's see what the temperature's like. Nice and refreshing. I feel like jumping in this, it'd take your breath for a second, wouldn't it? This weather is unbelievable. I feel very lucky to be sharing this moment with Kira, Brett and Tony after they've been working for months. I feel like I put in very minimal work on this boat and I'm reaping all the rewards. I think I might go for a little swim. Look at these little fish. You see that? Been relaxing for an hour maybe. Gonna cruise back now. That was awesome. I feel so happy. Finally time to reposition the van and pick up some solar panels and see what we can get with this. The van is in position. Let's grab some of these panels. We have three 420 watt panels making 1260 watts. We're gonna use these three in series to start with and just seeing if we can connect it and start charging. And then we have another three panels which we can then connect in parallel to those. So it's the same voltage because that's the correct voltage we need. Yeah, exciting.
Grab the positive pre-contactor, right? So even if your car's off, we can still solar charge it. And then we want to get our negative on the other side of that shunt. Yeah. So we see flow through that because we want it to show up on the meter. It'll have to be there and then there.
Let's plug this connector.
So you're at the top.
And here.
You in?
Mm-hmm. Get it rigged up. And that's giving us
224.
What?
Yeah, because it was 68 each. So it's almost 70 each.
It won't be quite as efficient. You theoretically should be up around 200 if you want to really get your...
How many amps is that giving out?
I don't know yet. We'll see here in a moment. There's plenty of amperage at 200 volts with what we're putting out to stop your heart.
Really? So if I could, those panels could kill me?
Yes, absolutely.
Wow. How many amps then would that be?
A couple amps, but it's high enough voltage. You don't need a lot of amps to wreck your heart rhythm.
Wow.
That's our positive. So go ahead and plug those in.
Okay. Okay, the terminal's connected. What was the readout from the panels? Like 200?
Yeah.
Man, I miss this. It's fun doing it with someone else as well. Someone who knows way more than I do. I want to learn more of this stuff. Most of it is just learning as I'm doing it. I need to find a way to solar power the Beetle in the UK. It'd be so cool. So at the moment, it's giving out open circuit 200 volts.
224, I think.
220, wow. And then once it's being drawn, it's only giving the batteries of the bus 153 volts. What's happening to those other volts?
Because the battery voltage, it's basically overpowering the panels. Like if you had 400 panels at 224, then the batteries would read 224 because they would overpower them, right? It would raise them.
Right.
But because the battery is a big sink, you're not going to move that, 75 kilowatt hours with 4 panels with, 1200 watts. So it's basically, when you connect, the panels are at the same voltage as the battery. So the panels are at 153, which is what the batteries are at. And that's not the maximum power point of the panels. The maximum power point of the panel is going to be around 196. When your voltage comes up to 172, you'll make more power because you'll be closer to that maximum power point.
So if I'm charging it low, like if it's down to 133 or whatever we're going to run it down to, it would be much slower charging.
So it would charge slower there. So that's why a maximum power point tracking controller takes care of all of that. So regardless of the voltage, it's loading the panel.
It's never going to be that efficient plugging panels straight in like we have.
Not unless you get to a point where it's like, okay, the maximum power point falls at like 165. So it's like, all right, it's a little bit different at 140. It's a little bit different at 170. But that small amount of difference is not going to be as big a loss as like, okay, the maximum power point's at 200 and we're at 150.
Interesting. It isn't perfectly dialed in, like the panels aren't the exact right voltage. They're not as optimally performing as they could, but it's still a great proof of concept for if I had this as a fully solar powered van. Maybe clamp this here. Yeah, I think it's kind of perfect. Yeah, nice. Oh, this is actually perfect. Nice.
Is that gonna stay?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we do a couple of those.
We just need to figure out position them in between where the panels are going to be.
Exactly.
We just sawed this little length of metal. This isn't permanent. This is just to create a temporary rail for the solar panels. Okay. You grab that other little piece out. Is that in?
I think there might be a screw sticking out, but it's solid.
Yeah.
Not anywhere. Cool.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah. Even if we had to like bolt that in, like if I was keeping the van.
You could leave it there.
Yeah. Exactly.
You not even see it.
No.
So then you've got a couple pieces you stored, and just
clip them on. Yeah.
Doink, doink, or pins. You could just pin those.
Yeah. I love it.
Okay, good. But then could we use that piece over?
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know if it's long enough, but we could. One of them's already going to be here. I don't know. We kind of need all 6 out here, but.
So why don't we set them aside, run this thing down, go for a cruise, run it down, get the miles.
Yeah.
Be able to say, here's the range we got.
Right, we've paused the solar panel setup for the moment because we can't charge anything till tomorrow morning anyway. Tomorrow will be the big solar charging day. We'll actually get some readouts and some estimates of how much we can charge with that many panels and how long it would take to get a full charge and all that. But tonight we're going to complete our range test. Currently done 96 miles on this charge and we're down to 153 volts. And I think depletion is, I can't remember now, like 135 or 130 something. So we're gonna take it for a drive for another hour or so, see if we can squeeze another like 40, 50 miles out of it. It'd be amazing.
Alrighty then. Soft landing.
Okay, that's enough droning. That should have had obstacle avoidance, but the leaves, it doesn't like the leaves. Wait, not a scratch on it. Lovely. Okay, that's enough.
We've done 120 miles.
C7 is at 3.39.
Nice.
3.34 and 3.30. So this is nice, man. And it's interesting because the other ones, all the other ones are just slowly dropping, but those two.
So you may have, so those cells might just drop quick and then the others will catch up to them.
So I think so, yeah. I think they might all kind of level out once we deplete them fully.
Okay, I'll charge the laptop and then we can...
Oh man, there's still power. So we went just under 30 miles.
So what's that in total? Yeah.
That's 126. We're gonna end up getting 140 miles out of this thing.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's nice.
Let's go make sure nothing's heating up back there.
Okay. So yeah, I don't think we've got a ton of juice left, but yeah, 149. Yeah, I mean, we kind of have. We're gonna run it down to... It's running down to whatever.
You're good. Go ahead back.
Yeah?
Yeah, you're good.
So we're down 146 miles.
You're down to 3185, so it really lets you pull harder, you see on that sub.
Yeah.
But the thing is, when the buzzer goes off, you just let up.
So it's not even like the buzzer's telling you it's the end. It's like...
It's just telling you to let up, or
Yeah.
it's telling you exactly where that cell is, that lowest cell. So
Yeah.
it's nice. Because you're like, oh, if I let off a little bit, I just took it out of 3.0. So if the buzzer's on, it's at 3.0 or less, and if the buzzer's off, it's at 3.0 or greater. So all you do is let off a little bit. It's like, okay, that's all I can do. That's as far as I can put my foot into it without hurting that cell.
I think we can confidently say this has got 150 mile range.
I think so. I think you should have been able to do more.
We've done over 160 miles, the longest run in the van so far, so you've actually improved the van from where it was when I was driving it cross country. Very successful test. Can't believe we've got over 160 miles range on this. It's so good. I think if we optimized it perfectly and we're going slow, like 30 miles an hour, I think we could push to like 180 miles. Wait, look at Brett on his electric tractor. Yes, bro. That looks so badass, you riding that tractor. Check this out. Electric frickin' tractor. Make sure I don't squash any chickens. Excuse me chickens. Hey! Oh, I love this.